Yo, what's up? We're back again. We're doing another video. So, I wanted to do a video talking about Spider-Man 2 because I am very excited for the game. I loved Spider-Man 2018. I played that game to death. I think I have played it over 10 times, just like the story. I've 100%ed it on PC now, and I am going for perfect on the Steam achievements for it now. But I just kind of want to do a video just talking about Spider-Man 2 and how excited I am for it. I'm literally buying a PS5 just for the game when it comes out. I'm going to wait for whatever PlayStation 5 Spider-Man bundle they do. I'm going to pick that up, I'm going to play the game, and I'm going to fucking stream it, and I'm going to enjoy it. It is going to be a lot of fun, I'm sure. But I just kind of wanted to talk about what we know about the game so far and things that I think are cool. This is, once again, not a structured video. I am just going to kind of blabber and see where it goes. So, first of all, Prequal Comic. I read the Prequel Comic, and I like the setup we've got here. I think it is really cool that Peter Parker is a teacher at Midtown High. I know that has been a thing in the comics before. I've not read any comic runs personally where he's a teacher, but I actually would like to. But yeah, genuinely, I really like the idea of him being a teacher. I think it works really well, and I actually think it would be kind of cool if they later wanted to retire Peter. Instead of killing him off, they could just have him retire from being Spider-Man, settle down with MJ, and teach. So I think that'd be really cool. That could be something they could definitely look into doing. And I think that they could give him a nice little bookend there if they want to focus more on Miles, or hell, maybe even some other Spider people. I mean, we don't know. But yeah. As for stuff we've seen on the actual game though, I'm very, very excited to see Kraven. I don't know too much about Kraven. The most I know about him is the stuff in Spectacular Spider-Man. Now that might change by the time the game comes out, because I've been reading a lot of comics a lot of comics recently. I've been reading a lot of comics, so that could change. But I'm excited to see Kraven. I think he will be really cool to see, and I really like his design in the new game. Another thing we're going to talk about, the symbiote suit. So I know a lot of people are very mixed on the symbiote suit. Some people like it, some people hate it. I personally really like it. I think it's cool how from a distance it looks like your classic Spider-Man symbiote, but as soon as you get a little closer in, you can see the kind of flesh of the symbiote, and also the like armor, like xenomorph kind of like plating, which I think is really cool. And it works for the story they're going for. They're definitely going for a story where Peter knows it is a symbiote. He doesn't just think it's a cloth suit like he did in the comics. So, yeah, I'm also really liking the effects it's already having on Peter. It wouldn't surprise me if that's not the first time he's wore the suit, because he does seem pretty aggressive. If that's the first time he's ever worn it, then they're kind of jumping ahead a little bit. But yeah, I do really like that, and I think Yuri's doing a great job voicing Peter as usual. I'm loving that we still have Genki talking with Miles and interacting with him during Miles' missions. I'm loving that we can switch between the two Spideys. It's super cool. They've also announced that in free play, after you beat the game, basically the way it's going to work is during the story, they choose when you switch between Miles and Peter. Fair enough, makes sense, it's scripted, right? But when you beat the game and you go into free play, you will then be able to switch between Miles and Peter with the click of a button. And I'm very, very excited about that, and I think that'll be really fucking cool. So yeah, I'm trying to think of like other things I want to talk about. The lizard looks really cool. I love the idea that he's growing and shedding his skin. I think that's really, really cool. I know we've seen, we heard mention of Connors at the end of Miles in the post-credits scene. And I think this is the second time Connors has been the lizard in this universe, if I'm not wrong, because I think there might be something in the backpacks in the first game that confirms that Peter's had a run-in with the lizard before. We know he's been Spider-Man for quite some time in this universe, and I really like that. Personally, I think it's cool that we get to experience a more mature Spider-Man now taking Miles under his wing. yeah, I am super fucking excited for this game. It is definitely my most anticipated game of the year. Let's talk suit redesigns. I know we got this a while ago. To be honest, with Miles, he looks pretty much the same. He might be exactly the same if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. There might be some subtle differences, but I do like how he looks. He still looks good. He still looks like Miles Morales. But Peter is what I really want to talk about. The colors on this new version of the suit, oh my god, they're so much better. The red is like a proper red, it's not an orange, and the blue is a very vibrant, bright blue. I do like the darker blue that the older suit has, but I don't think this one's worse. I think it's just as good, and it just looks so good up against that new red. The only thing I don't really like about Peter's suit is the segmentation at the belt area. It looks just a little off to me. I do like the spider being contained within the red though, and not bleeding onto the blue like it did in the previous game. I also feel like his boots look just a little bare, especially from the front. You can't see any red. That was kind of an issue with the original suit, but I mean, it's alright. I can bear it. I think that it is a really cool suit design though. One thing I kind of hope that they'll do with this game is allow us to choose symbiote suits and regular suits, or if we have a regular suit, every regular suit has a symbiote version in the game. That would be really, really cool. And they could do it for the movie suits too. Even the ones that don't have symbiotes, it'd be cool to see like a symbiote version of the Tazing 2 suit, for example. As for suits I would really like to see in the game, I think having a few more Spider-Verse inspired suits would be awesome. Like in the gameplay right here, I've got the Leap of Faith Miles suit equipped. That is not actually in the game, that's a mod. Yeah, I would love to have that actually in the game. The new Spider-Verse suit for Miles. We could get Peter B. Parker again. I'm hoping that all of the suits from the first two games are just present within this next game, and then they can add on to the roster from there. Now, one thing I don't think will happen is Miles getting the symbiote. I think it'll just be with Pete. But I would like to get maybe the symbiote version of Miles as an alternate suit. It'd be really cool to match with Pete. But if that's not something I wanted to do, then that's fair. Yeah, I am just so excited for the game. I have so much shit running through my brain. This video could end up becoming outdated because we apparently are getting more information on the game. Pretty soon, I think in like a day or two, honestly. Apparently, at least from rumors. But, I want to go back to the symbiote real quick. The finishes that we saw in the trailer, or the gameplay, looked really fucking cool, but they have already said that the finishes are going to be brutal in this game with the symbiote. So I'm very, very excited for that, and I'm very excited to see how far they decide to go with the finishes. I think them being brutal makes a lot of sense. You know, symbiote, the symbiote makes Pete, like, care less about fucking, you know, kicking the shit out of people. So I really want to just see Peter just go fucking crazy and just kick the shit out of everyone. Let's talk about some theories I've seen going around about who Venom is going to be in this. I do think it is possible that we could have an introduction to Eddie Brock. I went to say Tom Hardy for a minute. Let's not talk about that. I think we could have an introduction to Eddie Brock in this game, and I think that would be cool. But I don't know if it will happen, because the more likely options seem to be Harry being Venom, or as some people have suggested, Peter possibly becoming Venom, and you have to fight him as Miles. Now, on the surface, that sounds kind of cool, but it kind of just, you lose part of the symbiote arc there, where Peter kind of snaps out of it, and you have to have Miles snap him out of it, and I don't know, it's like, I feel like Pete becoming Venom would just be kind of odd to me. I don't know, Venom doesn't happen until Peter, you know, ditches a suit, and then whoever else puts it on has... I just don't really think Peter being Venom would be that great. It would be a cool spectacle for the game, and it'd be a fun boss fight for sure, but I don't know, from a story standpoint, I just don't really like the idea of Pete being Venom, but I mean, it could maybe work if that's something they want to go for. Who knows? We're gonna have to just wait and see. The city in this game is apparently twice the size as the original and Miles one, which is crazy. I'm super excited to see Queens and the just rest of New York. We're just going to see so much more of New York, and it'll be great to see. And I can't wait for web swinging combos. I hope they introduce more for Pete, because we had some new ones in Miles Morales, like the diving tricks and stuff like that. I hope we get some of those for Pete. And yeah, I'm just like, dude, I can't contain my excitement. I know I've said it so many times in this video, and I know it's gonna be fucking annoying, because like I said, this is not scripted, I'm just blabbering. But dude, oh my god, I am just so excited for this game. It feels like 2018 all over again, being excited for the first game to come out, and I'm just so fucking happy that we're finally at the point where we have some gameplay and we might be getting even more information. One thing I think they talked about, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure they said that when we switch between Miles and Peter in the open world, that we'll actually be able to see them in like random combat encounters and stuff like that, or maybe they're doing something, just random scenarios, kind of like the character switching in GTA, and I think that would be really, really cool, and it would add a lot of like character to the game. I just really like that idea. But yeah, once again, so excited for this game. Buying a PS5, sorry, just for it, and wow, I can't wait. I'm also excited to check out the haptics, because I've never ever used a PS5 controller, so it'll be the first time I've ever checked out games with haptic features, and I know that they said they wanted to make it super immersive in this game, so I'm very excited for that. But on that note, before I go on for too long, I think I've already gone on for something like 10 minutes, and it's completely unstructured, but I hope you guys enjoyed listening to me just kind of fucking fanboy about the game. But yeah, I'm gonna call it here, and I will catch you guys in the next one. See ya.